Hi, I'm Rebecca Eller. Will everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
My name is Laura Kate Wright, and I am president of the SGA. I would like to introduce our guest, Raleigh Hudock, 2020 Teacher of the Year, John J. Luciano, Principal of Manteo High School, Drew Hudspeth, Assistant Principal, Latanya H. Murray, Principal of Dare Learning Academy, Rebecca Eller, SGA Vice President, Christopher Roberts, Valedictorian, Hayley Jones, Salutatorian, Sophia Spinelli, Senior Class President, Dr. John D. Farley, Superintendent of Dare County Schools, Artie Tillett, Assistant Superintendent, Sandy Kinzel, Assistant Superintendent, and members of the Dare County School Board of Education, B. Bassnight, Chairman, Mary Ellen Balance, Vice Chair, Harvey K. Hess, Jr., Frank Hester, Margaret Lawler, Joe Tauber, David Twitty. We would like to recognize the Junior Marshals, Catherine Daniels, Ricky Sue Bassnight, Emma Daniels, Shelby Dole, Michael McCallum, Paige O'Neill, Dylan Sharp, Jack Westhiden. Now I'd like to introduce Assistant Principal Drew Hudspeth.
The National Honor Society is an organization that recognizes students who have a cumulative grade point average of 3.65 and who reflect outstanding accomplishments in the areas of academics, character, leadership, and service. The members of the National Honor Society are denoted in the program. North Carolina Scholars are students who have completed the requirements for an academically challenging high school career. These requirements include 4 English classes, 4 units of math, 3 units of science, 3 units of history, 2 levels of the same foreign language, 1 unit of health and physical education, a concentration of 4 electives in one area, 3 electives to include at least 2 second-level or advanced classes, for a total of 24 credits to qualify. Also, the students must have an unweighted grade point average of 3.5. The North Carolina Scholars are denoted in the program. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. To be recognized, students must complete a rigorous course of study in the fields of math and science, including AP classes, STEM experiences, and have a GPA of 3.5 or higher. The STEM scholars are denoted in the program. To be recognized as a global scholar, students must complete a rigorous course of study in the field of language and world history and culture, including AP classes, a minimum of 3 levels of world language, and have a GPA of 3.5 or higher. The global scholars are denoted in the program. AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, and it is a national program that began in 1980. The philosophy of the program is simple: hold students accountable to the highest standards, provide academic and social support, and they will rise to the challenge. Potential AVID students are identified by their classroom teachers because of their desire to go to college and their willingness to work hard. With an extra push, these students have the ability to meet their potential. After being selected for the program, AVID students are put on the college track. All of today's AVID graduates will attend a 2- or 4-year college in the fall. All AVID students are denoted in the program. Students who are dually enrolled at Manteo High School and the College of the Albemarle have the opportunity to earn a full associate's degree from the college. The student would have completed 60 college credit hours in a specific pathway and would also have completed all high school course requirements. The students receiving an associate's degree are denoted in the program. I would now like to introduce Salutatorian Hayley Jones.
In the words of Stephen King, no audience ever complained about a presentation or speech being too short. Thus, I will make this speech short and to the point. This year, as well as the rest of our years in high school, brought many new experiences for us, both good and bad. We made some new friends, and we lost some too. We discovered ourselves and grew as individuals. Of course, we unfortunately had our year cut short because of the virus, but we persevered through that and are now receiving our diplomas. But, most importantly, we technically didn't lose the senior trip to the underclassmen. After having gone through these ups and downs, I believe that we've come out stronger. I know that aside from school, aside from this virus, many of us are struggling with other issues as well. I have experienced many moments that have made me want to give up and abandon my fighting spirit. However, in those times, I have always had someone to reach out to, whether it be a friend or family member, or even a coworker at Duncan. I encourage you all as you move forward to find those people that you can reach out to. You are never truly alone, and having the strength to reach out to others will only help as you move through the journey of life. Finally, even if you walk away with no other memory of this speech, I want you all to remember that you are strong enough to achieve just about anything that you put your mind to. The most detrimental aspect of the human mind is the fear of failure. You must not allow yourselves to fear failure. You cannot finish a race that you never start. In the same turn, you cannot succeed if you're not willing to try. Failure is merely a guiding tool. It shows you what doesn't work and gives you the ability to reflect on the things that do work. Take the time to use your failures to guide you to success. And with that, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And now I would like to introduce the senior class president, Sophia Spinelli.
Good morning. I'm honored to introduce this year's Teacher of the Year, Ms. Hudock. Ms. Hudock is an exceptional children's teacher as well as one of Manteo High School's swim coaches. She has been a teacher at Manteo High School for 3 years. Ms. Hudock was raised in Washington, D.C. and Maryland, and attended Albert Einstein High School. She then attended University of Maryland, receiving her Bachelor's of Science and Master's of Education in Special Education. Ms. Hudock moved to the Outer Banks in 2011 with her husband. She enjoys hanging out with her 2 children, Ryder and Harper, reading and relaxing at the beach. Without further ado, here's Ms. Hudock.
Hello, seniors. I understand what it means to graduate in a time of change. I graduated in the wake of 9/11, and I can't even comprehend graduating in the middle of an ongoing pandemic, the loss of what you dreamed for your senior year. Though this time seems slow, and many of you feel stuck, I'm sure your families are thinking of how fast those 18 years of your life have gone. Time moves fast, even if you can't feel it. People older than you, including me, might tell you this is like 9/11, or a major hurricane, or Pearl Harbor, or maybe the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, but they're straining for comparison. This is unlike anything that's happened before, especially in modern age, where our technology and our communications were supposed to make us safe, almost invulnerable. It's likely that 20, 50, 100 years from now, people will see this as a historic event that really has no precedent. Even the 1918 pandemic came before rapid mass air travel that would spread a new virus across the globe in hours, infecting a world of people who have no immunity. And in a weird way, influenza is an old, well-known enemy. We see it every year. It's why the fall and winter are called the flu season. So, class of 2020, you're special. You've adapted to an unprecedented pandemic. We can't deny the impact that it's having on your senior year, your graduation, and what's supposed to come next: work, college, military service. But know that this does not define the Manteo High School class of 2020. Your class is more than the last 4 months. It's the tight relationships you built, for many since preschool. It's these islands we call the Outer Banks, where we plan for disaster. Many of our houses are on stilts, and mentally, a lot of our brains are on stilts. We're born ready to do what it takes. I've always marveled at how the Outer Banks rallies together in difficult times, and think, once again, this amazing place came together to support one of the most unique graduating classes we have ever had. Manteo High School is much more than a school. It is a family. We rallied around each other to make this situation less grim. I would urge you not to think of the things you have lost, but focus on those memories that will encapsulate your high school career. From being clicked off of games and videos by Christine, making it through 4 years of no red ink thanks to Miss Dixon, Miss Mount, Mr. Nichols, and Miss Rogers, having Coach Sawyer and the football team bring home the Marlin, memorizing the foil song and completing endless My Open Math questions, keeping up with Mr. Daniels' whiteboard-filled notes, and spending endless hours in the theater with Miss Rose for fall and spring productions, and making it to lunch for that Big Daddy pepperoni pizza or street tacos that would get you through the end of the school day, or even being blessed enough to hear my voice scream at you while you swam underwater, or just coming to hang out with me and have a snack while I make you a cup of coffee. You are the graduating class that started their senior year with Hurricane Dorian and ended with COVID-19. The very first graduating class to ever graduate remotely in history. So, from the MHS staff and myself, congratulations, Manteo High School class of 2020. Just keep swimming. It is now my pleasure to introduce Christopher Roberts, valedictorian of the class of 2020.
I would like to thank the Board of Education, Mr. Luciano, and Ms. Hudspeth for being here today. Thank you to Ms. Yell and Guidance for putting up with my countless visits and questions. Thank you to the many teachers and coaches who made a difference in my life. Congratulations to the class of 2020 for completing high school. I am grateful to have spent the last 4 years of my life at Manteo High School. Like many other ninth graders, I too was confused by the labyrinth of halls and classrooms that make up our school. Together, we figured out how to get from the gym to the English hall within the massive 5-minute time slot between classes. Throughout the years, we navigated the complicated world of high school sports, AP classes, standardized tests, dual enrollment, applications, and many, many hours of homework. As a class, we enjoyed Miss Nisi's cupcakes and felt pride in our football team when they brought home the Marlin. This past semester, we missed out on a great deal of the senior experience. March 13th was our last day of school. It seems fitting that it was a Friday the 13th. For athletes, our seasons were canceled. For theater students, the play was canceled. For everyone, we lost prom and 2.5 months of time with our friends and teachers. When it's phrased like that, it sounds so sad. I mean, at least we didn't have to wake up early. The class of 2020 has demonstrated resilience through this tough time. I remember students running track workouts shortly after school let out. Parents, teachers, and students all had to adapt to online learning. This whole situation reminds me of an excerpt from J.R.R. Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring. When referring to the difficulty of the journey, Frodo says, "I wish it need not have happened in my time." To which Gandalf replies, "So do I, and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." I hope everyone used the time given to them for self-improvement, whether it be exercise, reading, or learning a new skill. The world has changed a lot in the past few months. With so much uncertainty, this may be the first year we go off to college without going off to college. Our first semester out there may look very similar to our last one in here. Some of us will go off to college, some to the military, and others to the workforce. No matter where we end up, we all have an important role to play. With the resilience demonstrated in these past few months, I have the utmost confidence that you will all have a positive impact on your community in the years to come. I hope as you go forward, you use whatever time is given to you to the fullest extent. Thank you for making the last 4 years of my life so special. I'm looking forward to seeing your accomplishments. Congratulations, class of 2020. It is my pleasure to introduce John Luciano, principal of Manteo High School. Thank you.
Good morning. I would like to recognize our salutatorian and our valedictorian one more time. Hayley Jones is our salutatorian. She is planning to attend NC State. Our valedictorian is Chris Roberts. He is planning on attending to Princeton. We made it here, although not the way we all wished it would be. This ceremony will go down as one of the most memorable in Manteo High School history, more than the pouring rain in 2003 and more than the smoke clouds of 2008. Nothing will compare. So, are there any positives we can take away from this? Well, first, we have now seen the practical application of what you have learned in school. In math, you learned modeling. Now, you've seen scientists and politicians using mathematical modeling to influence decisions about this pandemic. In order to really understand what was going on, you needed to be able to read and interpret graphs. Science, well, we have heard and seen the importance of our scientists keeping us informed. Suddenly, we are all interested in the application of the scientific method. How many trials have to be done before we'll have a vaccine? What are blind trials, false positives, and how about all the chemical compounds we've heard about and the effect they have on our body? Language arts, well, everyone has had to make personal choices about how to handle the pandemic. We all needed the ability to read, listen, understand, and apply an incredible amount of conflicting information. We needed to know how to analyze this data, compare and contrast points of view, make inferences based on sometimes incomplete information, and evaluate the reliability of conclusions. And for history, well, we have the history of past pandemics. We all now are made aware of the Spanish flu of 1918 and its devastation. We learned about the effects of unemployment, the economic impacts of a stay-at-home policy, and how to balance the health of an economy with the health of the people. We had to look past and look to the future to get ideas of how to fight COVID-19. But mostly, you learned about sacrifice, patience, and caring for others. That will be an experience you will remember and a skill set that will use for the rest of your life. Ms. Huspeth, I present to you the class of 2020.
Cameron Deshawn Lee Adams. Jordan Christine Allen.
Congratulations, Jordan. Thank you.
You may take pictures if you want to take your mask off. Let me take my mask off.
You can take it off.
Balance. Sydney May Balance. Caleb Daniel Barker.
Congratulations, Caleb. Thank you. Appreciate it. I just grab that.
You do, yep.
And I shake your hand.
Yeah, no, but you can stand next to me, masks off. Oh, yeah, okay.
Barrera. William Taylor Barrera.
Congratulations, William.
Here, the picture. You take our mask off. Yes.
Donna Itzel Barrios.
Congratulations.
Donna. Take the diploma and come back here for a picture. Would you like your mask off?
Okay.
You got me off and on. Stand back here? Yeah. Off and on for my mask. Do you want to go off and on?
Isabella Jaden Bartel.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Take that and then come back here for some pics.
Fast Night. Dalton Scott Fast Night.
Congratulations, Dalton.
Step back for a picture.
Chloe Elizabeth Bateman.
Chloe, take it. Oops. Chloe, move, step back. The picture, we're gonna look at the paint. Can I take my mask off or on? Yeah, you can take it off. Okay. Look at the paint.
Brown. Jacob Scott Brown. Congratulations, you're going to go grab your diploma from the table.
Oh.
Back the picture. Is it put my mask on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Brown. Willa Barrett Brown.
Thank you.
Take a picture with the lady in the pink. Mask on, mask off.
And Leanna Page Buchanan.
Hey, Leanna. Can you take a picture? Can I get?
You can do that.
Caitlin Michelle Burchett.
Pick it up and then we'll come back for a picture. It's going to be the young lady in the black and the pink.
Jennifer Faith Burgess.
And we're going to take a picture with the lady right in front of us. Would you like my face mask on or off? Okay, come back. That's it. Good. That's good.
Madison Lynn Cahoon.
Hey, Madison. Take the diploma. We're going to take a picture. You want my mask on or off?
Off.
Step back, turn. I'm going to go right there. Okay?
Cahoon. Taylor Felice Cahoon.
Thank you.
Taylor, take it.
I love your haircut.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a picture. Would you like me with my mask on or off?
You can do whatever you feel comfortable with.
The lady in the black. Keegan Michael Sharon. Congratulations, you're going to go to Mr. Luciano and grab it off the table.
Your diploma. One second. All right. We're going to take a picture. The lady with the
Clark. Gavin Allen Clark.
Gavin? I'm going to take a picture. Look right at the lady in the blue.
Corbett. Gabriella Elizabeth Corbett.
Gabriella, congratulations.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now we're going to take a picture with the woman in the black. So, mask on or off for me.
Oh, you're good. Whatever you want.
I'm fine with this.
His chief match. Godfrey Whitehurst Costa. Congratulations, Godfrey. You're going to grab your...
Take your diploma. We're going to take a picture. Would you like me with my mask on or off?
Do you want Mr. Luciano to take his mask off?
On or off?
Is it your mask on or?
You want me to move my mask on or off?
Your choice.
Okay. Move up a step. Sorry about that. That's good.
Look at her with the pink.
Look at that.
Tree. Catherine Elizabeth Crabtree.
To the left. This left.
Oh, not left.
No, side yourself.
Oh,
Great. There you go.
That's perfect.
And look at the lady in black.
hi.
Waving.
Avery Dare Creek.
Thank you.
Take that first. I'm gonna take a pic.
Look in the black and pink. Cassidy Sarah Noel Creek. Smile. So you're going to grab it from that table right there. Make sure you grab yours.
Take a step back.
Noah Dalton Creek. I'd hug you if I could, but I can't.
One step back, and then take a picture. Like this. Hit it. Straight. Thank you. Is that good enough? Yes, all in?
Smile. Dalton. There you go. Alexandra Elizabeth Crum. Corinna Ainsley Culpepper.
Take that. Take one step back. If you take it.
Ham. Gracie Nicole Cunningham.
Okay, take that. And then take a step back. I'm going to take a picture with them. Okay. Bust up. Oh, there you go. That's good.
Courtney Taylor Daniels. Fathom Brooke Daniels.
Okay, take that. And we're going to take a picture with the woman in the pink. Okay? That's it. Perfect.
Jalen Mackenzie Davis.
Take 2 steps back.
Sarah Catherine Davis. Go. Abraham Jonathan Domingo.
Good back. Thank you. Lady in the middle.
Rebecca Hope Eller.
You take that. I'm going to take a picture. Would you like my mask on or off? See you in the middle. Black.
Catherine Blair Firth.
Congratulations.
Hey, Catherine. Look at that. And face the one in the black. I'm going to take a picture.
Davian Tyreek Flowers.
Congratulations.
Take that. Good job, baby. And we're going to take a picture right there. Okay? Yep. Stay there.
Ephesian David Flowers.
Congratulations.
Ephesians. Woman in the black.
And if you want to take your mask off, you can.
We're good.
Kirsten Iris Frazee.
Kirsten. Take the like the camera and then we'll have a picture taken with the woman in black. See how we go?
Jeffrey Blake guard.
Jeff? Wait, pick that up. Take a step back on the X, and we're good.
James Robinson Gilreath.
Thank you.
James, we're going to hold it up, take a picture, and I got my mask on or off.
Brandon Gonzalez Gutierrez.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Real sharp is one so far. Take one of them.
All right.
And then we're going to take a picture. We're going to look at the lady in the black.
Okay.
So one step in front of me.
All right.
There you go.
Brandon Gonzalez Martinez.
Congratulations, Brandon.
Brandon, drop. Woman. Take one step back. That's good. Get the lady in the black.
Herrera. Kimberly Grande Herrera.
This way.
This way.
Congratulations.
Take your diploma. And just turn the bit and then it's black. Pink mask. Pink mask. There you go.
Jesse Lynn Granger.
Congratulations, Jesse.
Thank you.
There's a comb. And we're going to take a picture with the woman in the black. You're here. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Bradley Watson Granitsky.
Congratulations, Bradley.
Bradley. Diploma. And remove black. So take off this. Just turn this good.
Genesis Rain Gregory. Allie Kristen Garola.
Congratulations, Allie.
Like that. Let me turn on. Take a picture with the lady right there. That's good.
Caroline Gray
wait.
Haywood.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And one step forward. Good. That's good. She's into the picture.
Christiana Lizette Hernandez.
Congratulations.
You can take your mask off if you like.
Carlos Mario Hernandez Loaiza.
Congratulations.
Carlos.
Enjoy. Stand back here. Okay.
Right here.
Up one step.
Let me get some tape. There you go. Ryan Hernandez Ramirez.
Congratulations.
Take your pen. Good job, Brian. Glad you made it. Good. Jeez.
Nasim Cortez James.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
All right, hold on. Turn around. Hold it up that way. Turn your pass to this side.
Maximilian Alexander Janisic.
Congratulations, man. Thank you.
You got a standing ovation.
Take your diploma. Take 2 steps back. Right there's good.
One forward.
Okay.
I got you.
Jocelyn Jimenez Alvarez.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's it.
Hayley Rebecca Jones. Chase Seymour Joyner. Travis Jude Kramer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hold it up and take one step back like this.
Brianna Nicole Landazuri.
Congratulations. Take that. We're going to face the lady in black. All right.
Chloe Marie Lane.
Congratulations, Chloe.
Chloe. Get up. And then we're going to turn it. That's right. Just turn it. Hold this up. That.
Ainsley Hope Ludoff.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Turn it. We're going to pitch take it in. Over here. Over here.
Oh.
Hold it up so you can see it.
Okay, like this?
That's it. Step one step forward.
Okay.
That's good. Perfect. Thank you.
Ezekiel Scott Marshall.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And we're going to face that back.
Damani Kevon Martin.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's right here. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fix you up first, okay? I'm gonna turn your hat. You mind if I take my mask down? We'll turn it around so they can see your name and stuff. There we go. All right, now look at her. Mine.
Smile.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Smile, Damani.
Is that good?
Mama Murray's good. Michael Martinez Herrera.
Michael. Step back to me.
Perfect. Finn St. John McCall.
Congratulations, Ken.
I'm going to take a picture like this. Take one step back. That's it.
Dakota Lennon Meekins.
Good. We're going to take a picture right there, yeah. Up one step. That's good. Okay.
Thank you.
Rachel Ann Midget. Ethan Nicholas Miles.
Thank you.
So you're gonna stand here and hold it, turn it that way. Do you mind if I pull my mask down?
Huh?
Do you mind if I pull my mask down?
Yeah, you're good.
Let me fix your hair.
Mine?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hart Mason Mosley.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Over there. I'm going to picture take it. do that again?
Lisbeth Denise Navarro Salas.
One step.
Oh, sorry.
Christopher Michael Neiman.
You can do that.
You can fist bump.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas James Borgspon.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Turn around. Flip it up.
Stephen Andrew Ortega Santos. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Steven? Okay, so right there. Move up one step. That's it.
Cora Elizabeth Pate.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Cora. One step back.
Uma Pilar Perry Geisinger.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. One more step on the other.
Deanna Nashay Peterson.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Take your phone. We're going to take a picture. Want mask on or off?
I'm on.
Okay. Take 2 steps back.
Armani Davon Pledger. Ashanti Alicia Pledger.
I'm going to take a picture. Good. Okay, then these two together.
Jacqueline Ramirez Barba.
Congratulations, Michael.
Congratulations. Now take your fingers out.
Those are cute shoes.
Turn it. Yep, that's it.
Adam Dylan Reed.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Adam, take that. Put it on the X. Take a picture.
Yeah, of course.
Davin Clay Reynolds.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Take a picture one. Turn around. Take a picture right here.
Maya Rose Ribeiro.
Congratulations, Maya.
Congratulations. Step back over. Step right there. Good.
Liliana Nicole Rivera.
Congratulations.
No, take the, let me take a picture. Mask off, okay? Okay. Here's the,
Christopher James Roberts.
Congratulations, Chris.
good job, Chris. Oh, thanks for the introduction too. Take that. Step back one step. Yeah, that's it. And we're gonna take a picture.
Lydia Elizabeth Robertson.
Congratulations.
Did you hear yesterday?
What'd you say?
We hear yesterday.
Oh.
Take
hold it open.
Yeah, like that. Good. Oh, yeah. Want to do it open? Yeah. It's cool.
Marjorie Nicole Rojas Sabion.
Take your diploma. One step back. Next. Here we go. Got it?
Isabel Rose Roy.
Take your diploma. Step back. There you go.
Catherine Lisa Sanders.
Congratulations.
Got it. Take one step back on the left. That's it. Turn it. There you go.
Frank Nathaniel Santry.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Turn around that way and look at her.
Thomas Jaden Santry.
Congratulations. Thank you.
How about you? There you go.
And a year early.
Yeah, you're right. Good news, man.
Darren Bay Saunders.
Congratulations.
Good, man.
Bryson Samuel Sawyer.
Okay. Step on the X.
Summers Hope Scarborough.
Congratulations.
Wait, we're gonna pose for a picture right here. All right, turn around. And turn around. So you can see it, and we're gonna look at her, okay?
Wolfgang Atticus Schultz.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Take a step back on the book. That's it.
Hayden Thomas Scott.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Wait, we take a picture of you, Thomas. Okay, on the right. We're gonna turn and we're gonna go. Okay.
Ayana Michelle Selby.
Congratulations, diploma. Stay on the X. And we're in black.
Reagan Michaeline Sheffield.
Congratulations.
Off.
That's good.
Mason Thomas Sims.
Congratulations, Mason.
Thank you.
Stop right here. Turn around so they can see it. All right, come on, this side of me. Take a picture. There we go. There we go. And look at her.
Nathan Branch Smith.
Congratulations, man. Thank you.
Diploma. Step on it. That's it. Hold up.
Kyle William Daniel Souls.
Very good, Scott. Okay, right there. Good. In there. In the black.
Sophia Loren Spinella. Stewart. Elise Mary Stewart. Jace Christopher Stewart.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Jason.
Okay.
Right here. Yeah, turn this around.
Go ahead.
Hold it like that. Like this. There you go. Yeah, that's
All right.
Cora Marie Sutherland.
You can take that. I'm going to see you take a picture. Hold on. Okay. Yep. And then black.
Evelyn Tello.
Congratulations, Evelyn.
You want my mask on or not?
Yeah.
Turn it so it's facing her.
Corbin Riley Tillett.
Congratulations, sir.
This is going to bark at. You're a very nice dog. And we're going to take care.
Mikhail Zane Tillett.
Thank you.
Amen. I'm going to turn around, take a picture. Take this up. That's it.
Smile.
Folks, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Kill, you did it, buddy.
Leonardo Favio Torres Castro.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Leo. No, take your phone out. Hold it like this. And then put the moon in the back. Wait, hold on.
Michelle Edith Tunn.
Congratulations, Michelle.
Right here. Hold up. Okay. You might have to hold my phone.
Litzy Anel Velasquez Tovar.
Yeah, we're gonna take a picture. So take my mask off or leave it on? Nope. Put it up. Turn it around. Mask on or off?
It's off. Oh, yours.
Okay, moon in black.
Joseph Reynaldo Velasquez Zafra.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hold on. That's it. Now you're gonna ready for moon in black.
Annabelle Grace Walker.
Congratulations, Annabelle.
You're going to go
Right to
here
Miss Murray.
and grab your diploma on the table.
Turn it around so we can see it.
Ethan Anthony Ware.
Congratulations, Ethan.
Is that it? picture with the photographer right there. Just turn around. Hold that up. That's
This?
Yep. Hold on.
I never get it right.
Elijah Ray Weaver.
Congratulations.
We're going to pose for a picture. So turn it around. Yep. And look at her.
Ashton Grace Westcott.
Congratulations. Look at me. Come on now. Okay, we're going to stand on the X right behind you. Hold that up.
Peyton Lee Whitchurch.
You go, Peyton. Take that. Okay. When we hit on the X.
Do you want me to count to 3 so you can close your eyes?
Laura Catherine Wright.
Nice job. Okay, so take your. Stand on the X.
Rachel Lynn Wright. Congratulations. You're gonna walk with us in.
Come on there, Rachel. Okay, step on the X.
Samuel Bryson Wright.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Take that. Step on there. Okay. And block. At this time, we will play Manteo High School Alma Mater. And now, Dr. Farley, please come forward.
It is my privilege to officially declare the class of 2020 are now graduates of Manteo High School. Congratulations.